Hi guys, I'm live with Lucky. If I look horrible, I apologize. I had an anxiety attack yesterday evening and I was up all night in my bed crying, and that is why I look horrible. But we are going to leave to visit some family in a few hours, and I thought I would just live stream for you guys before we leave because it always makes me feel better. So, in order to be sure that my day is going to go well today, I am live because you guys really helped me get through hard times. But I apologize for my hair being a mess and for my eyes being puffy, and I am just wearing my morning clothes. I haven't showered even. I'm sorry. If you guys notice, Lucky, the reason she's sitting like this with her wings, it means that she is going to fly off. She wants to fly. That's why she has lowered her wings like that. Um, she is in flying position. The first time she did this, I thought she was sick, um, or that she hurt her wings. But don't be worried. She's preening herself right now, and she'll probably fly off in a minute or so. Hi, Tarlok, SB Singh. I'm so glad that you are finally here to join us. How are you doing today? Yeah, I can see you now, and I'm really glad that you are participating in this live stream. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. I'm going to send you. Okay, guys. I actually wanted to mention a few things in this live stream. Oh, but before I do, I will answer Tarlok his question. He says, have you guessed I have an owl this year? Uh, I didn't know, Tarlok, but I think you told me and then I forgot because I get a lot of messages. I do remember you though. You are very sweet always in the comments. So, what kind of owl do you have right now? Do you have a barn owl or is it another species? No, don't bite. Lucky isn't interested in love today. Um, She just wants to explore the living room. She is in a good mood though. Oh, she is toe dusting. Why is she doing that? I think it's because I put her back on the chair and she can fly freely though, but I think she knows that I am expecting her to sit here with us for the video. And I think she's a bit frustrated that I put her back here. She would rather sit up high in the curtains. I think she'll fly off in a few minutes, but if she stays for just another few seconds, then that would be awesome for this live stream. Oh, you have a barn owl, Tarlock. That's a great choice. It's very good it's a very good species for beginners. Hi, Jack Smith. I have coffee. You read my mind. See my unicorn cup? This is going to give me strength today. My boyfriend always makes my coffee in the morning. He's an angel. Um, I am drinking coffee. um, Luna is the name of Tarlok's barn owl. That is a very beautiful name, Tarlok. I really like that. Thank you, Tarlok. I'm glad that I have been an inspiration for you. So, Tarlok, did you raise your owlet from when it was only a few days old, or when did you take it in. I'm very curious about that because actually I wanted to talk to you guys in this live stream about people getting owls. And I will get to that topic in just a second, but I feel obliged to tell all of you guys hi because wow, there are a lot of people joining us here and I'm so grateful. I thought no one would be able to join me because it's morning here in Belgium, and I didn't know um, how late it would be in your guys in you guys. Wow, I can't speak English anymore. I didn't know about the time difference, what it would be, and if you guys would be up. Yes, Melissa, Lucky is ready to fly away any given moment, and I guess I should let her. Um, I don't want to force her too much to always stay with me in a live stream. She is a living being. She isn't my property. So, oh, Tarlek says he has a question. He says I had bad luck with a chick. I bought mine at 3 weeks, but we have no bonding problems, and Luna is very well socialized. That's awesome, Tarlok. Um, so I guess you did a very great job then. I'm not saying that it's impossible to bond with your owlet. Is it if it's already 3 weeks old? I think it is definitely still possible. It's just it's always better to start at a younger age. Do you guys hear Lookie's chirping? Let me know in the chat if you guys are hearing this because the sounds she is making right now is actually a sign that she is happy, that she is enthusiastic, that she wants to engage, that she wants to play alone or with us. Um, she is in a happy mood. I'm just going to tell my boyfriend one little thing. Honey, could you please be aware that Loki might fly freely any second so that you don't open too many doors? Thank you. And do you know I love you? Honey, honey, I told the subscribers that you always make my coffee and that you're an angel. You are also a slave, but you are an angel slave. I love you too. It looks like Lucky has. It looks like I have wings sometimes when Lucky is behind me. It looks like my head has wings when she flaps her wings. Oh, it's 1 a.m. in California. Hi, Jack Smith. Are you guys hearing this chirping? It's so cute. Wow, Bonnie, it's 1:30 a.m. where you are. So why are you guys up so late? Oh, and it's 9:27 a.m. in the UK. Hi, Scarlett. Hi, Melit. Wow, what is your name? Melita? Melita Awad. Where are you from? Are you from an Arabian country? Your name sounds a bit Arabian, which is cool. So you say that my videos are very important. Thank you. I'm learning from you how to treat my owl. Excuse me. I just drank some sparkling water, so oops. I might burp sometimes. Tell me, Melita, is everything going well with your owl? How old is it? Oh, you are from Lebanon. Oh, and your name is Greek. Thank you for sharing that with us. I learned something today. So, how is your owl doing? How old is it? And did you raise it from a very young age? Tell us, because I would like to find out how many people of you have got an owl because of me. And I would also like to know how many of you did it in a responsible way. I'm a bit afraid that because my channel is growing, that I am unwillingly unintentionally encouraging people to get an owl, but too soon. That is what I'm afraid of at the moment. I It's not that I want to stop people from getting an owl. I think everyone can make their dreams come true, but it's not enough to just watch my videos and read a couple of books and watch some documentaries. Um, it can be enough for some people. Trish K did it, and but she did a lot of research, and when she said a lot, she meant a lot. And I will say more about that in just a minute when I have greeted everyone. Melissa says, Hehe, that's very fair enough, Elke. I guess she loves to do some exercise. Melissa is talking about the fact that I told you guys in this live stream that I should probably not stop Lucky from flying around and not staying in front of the camera. But she is now showing her bum again to the camera. LOL. Yeah, she was. She loves showing her bum. Tarlok says, if I put Luna on a long lead and she doesn't fly back, how do I rescue her back? Pulling the lead or leash and tug her down? That's my question. Oh, that's a very common question, Tarlok. I'm very happy that you are training with Luna, and I'm also very happy that you are flying her on a leash. Um, if she flies away, and yeah, she does. I mean, if she flies in a tree, for example, you have no other choice than to pull the leash if you want to get her back. The first thing I would do is try to lure her back with a chick, with a whole 1 day old chick. But if she doesn't want to come to your glove after a minute or 2 minutes, you should definitely pull the leash and get her back. Just make sure that you don't pull it, like this. Do it very gently, very slowly, so that you don't hurt her joints. Um, it is obviously not the best thing that someone can do to a barn owl, but you have no other choice at that point. And if you do it very gently, there is no problem in it. Um, just keep training with Luna, and she will fly away less and less if you keep training with her. So I hope that answers your question, and don't be discouraged. You are doing fine. Oh yeah, Melissa, you're from Australia then. It's 6:30 in Australia. I know Jane. Hi, Jane Naylor. I think it's the first time that you have joined us in a live stream. I know the chirping is adorable, right? Oh, Melissa, it's 6:30 p.m. in Australia. That is so cool. So Melita tells us that she has her owl from 3 months old. Okay, that's a bit late, but were you able to establish a good bond between you and your owl? And is it tame enough? Does it allow you to touch its beak and talons? Melita asks, I only feed her mice. Is it fine? It's okay. Mice are, yeah, it's definitely okay because your owl is only 3 months old, right? Um, and when they are young, they still need a lot of power food. So it would be even better if you would also feed her baby mice and baby rats in addition. But if you are only feeding mice, that's okay. And don't they have 1 day old chicks in your country? Because when she becomes adult, it's better if you feed her 1 day old chicks mainly and then mice in addition. But if they don't sell 1 day old chicks in your country, then you can keep feeding her mice. Just know that mice are power foods and that if you would give two 1 day old chicks a day to your adult barn owl, then you can't always give your owl two mice a day because mice are power foods and your owl will gain weight very fast. So you might have to experiment with how many mice you give it each day. Oh, Melita says she also gives birds to her barn owl sometimes. Well, it might work because barn owls eat smaller birds in the wild as well. But then where do you get the birds? I hope you don't catch them from the wild. Melissa says she had a late lunch but will be having a light dinner later on tonight. What are you going to make, Melissa? Hi, boyfriend. He's watching me. Did you want to say something? Okay. If you want, you can always show your beautiful chest on the camera. It's very warm here in Belgium right now, and my boyfriend is walking around um, with a naked torso. Oh, you are reading my mind, Melissa. I just was talking about my boyfriend, and now you're saying in the chats, by the way, Elke, would your boyfriend love to make an appearance in your live stream? I'm trying to convince him, but he's a bit shy. He always thinks he's not beautiful enough, and of course, that is complete BS because he is the most beautiful man in the world. Tarlock asks, how often do you suggest adding mice and rats to a 3-month-old barn owl? I'm only giving once a week at the moment. Oh, Tarlock, if your barn owl is only 3 months old, you should give it more mice and rats than you are giving it 1 day old chicks. Until your barn owl is, let's say, 4 months old. Let's play safe, right? No, 4 months? Yes, yes, yes. 4 months. Until your barn owl is 4 months old, try to give it mainly mice, um, baby rats, and rats. Try giving it that mainly. And then in addition to that, you are going to also give 1 day old chicks. This is because your owl needs to build a strong immune system and strong bones. And then after 4 months old, you can switch it up and give mainly 1 day old chicks and then just some mice and rats in winter as a power food. Melita says, in Lebanon, I don't trust farms for chicks. I give her one big mice. Is it enough? No, that is not enough. Just a minute, Melita. Is your owl already eating a whole mice? A whole mouse? So I'm assuming you are not cutting it up anymore? If that's the case, then I would say it depends on how big the mouse is. If the mouse is huge, then it can be enough. But I wouldn't take any risks. I would give 2 mice and weigh your owl every day. Weigh your owl and let me know what her weight is. I was going to say let me know what her full weight is, but you only know what the full weight is the moment your owl doesn't touch its food anymore because it is just too stuffed. um, Let me know how much your barn owl weighs. Start giving it 2 mice a day. And if your barn owl weighs 400 grams, for example, that's a lot. Then you know that you can start lowering its food. And then 1 mice might be enough. And but I should give you guys a feeding schedule for barn owls. I promised another subscriber this and I still didn't make the video. So I am going to let you guys know about a feeding schedule because it's not like, oh, should I give my barn owl one mouse a day or one day old chick a day? It's rather, you give it 2 1 day old chicks or 2 mice, and then the next day again 2 mice or 2 1 day old chicks, and then again the next day 2 mice or 2 1 day old chicks, and then for example 1 chick or 1 mice, and the next day again 1 chick or 1 mouse, and then the next day nothing, and then the day after that you give it two. And this is actually a feeding schedule for barn owls who are flying, but I will get into that even more in another video. Xavier Gomez Javier Gomez asks, where is your owl? She is sitting in the curtains, on top of the curtains. I will try to adjust the camera for you guys, but please. Oh yeah, you can take her for me. Thank you. You are the best. My boyfriend is going to take Luki back. It will make the vlog a bit more interesting, right? Cameron the hacker, you are the best, and Luki. Where is Luki? Oh yeah. She's going to fly towards the chair, I think. Yep. Hi, she's back. Yeah. Thank you, baby.
This is class.
She's angry that she needs to sit with me again. No, don't bite. Come. Up now. You can sit on my shoulder. Yeah, come. But it's cool to sit on my shoulder, Luki. Nope, she doesn't want to. Guys, we're not going to force her, right? If she wants to fly freely, she can, right? But at least this way you have seen her for another few seconds. There might be live streams where she will be sitting on my shoulder and falling asleep next to me and being super cute the whole time. And there might be live streams where she is doing this on purpose, you guys. Look. There might be live streams where she will be present the whole time, and there might be live streams where it will be just me because she is playing around in the house. But I think this shows that I am pretty responsible with my barn owl and that I don't abuse her. You know? If I would be abusing her just to get more views, that would be really sad, and I would be a bad example for other people. She's going to jump, I think. Yes, are you going to jump? Are you going to jump on my lap? Excuse me. Yes, thank you. My boyfriend is going to give me another coffee. He is amazing. Okay, Javier, you asked where is your owl? I want to see it. Well, it's here. Oh, and now it's not there anymore. Come. I think she will sit with me. You are adorable. Javier Gomez asks, can you give owls small rats? Yes, you can, but it depends on how old your owl is. If your owl is still an owlet, you can't give it small rats entirely. You know, you can't give it a small rat in its hole. Do you know what I mean? Until your owl is 21 days old, you can only give it the intestines of 1-day-old chicks, mice, and baby rats, and you can give it the flesh of the mice, baby rats, and 1-day-old chicks. But the flesh should be free of hair and bones because the 21st days your owlet is alive, it can't produce pellets yet. So it will be very bad for your owlet if you give it any hair or bones, as they cannot digest it and they cannot regurgitate it in the form of a pellet either because they don't produce pellets yet. After 21 days, you can slowly start to... No. You can slowly start to incorporate a bit more hair and bones, and you will just start adding more and more hair and bones as the owl gets older. And as the owl gets older, you can also make the pieces of meat you are feeding it bigger and bigger. And then after 3.5 months to 4 months, your owl will be able to eat its first whole 1-day-old chick or its first whole mouse or rat. But I wouldn't start with a rat. I would start out with just a mouse or a 1-day-old chick. How cute is she being now? I know, Melissa. Luki is super sneaky by hiding behind me. It's like she loves to play games. Cameron the hacker, I agree with you. Luki is the cutest bird in the world. Melita says, I kill the mice before feeding her so the meat will stay fresh for her. I take her with me everywhere. I have lots of pets in my house. I think my owl was abused, but I'm giving her all my attention. If your if your owl was abused, Melita, that is super sad. So I guess you have saved it? Where did you Cookie wanted to scratch her face, but she wasn't able to keep her balance on my shoulder. Poor thing. If she was abused, then where did you buy her, Melita? Thank you, baby, for the coffee. Um, if she was abused, then you will have to be very careful with her and teach her. I'm sorry, to trust people again. But I have the feeling that you are very capable of doing that, Melita. You are giving me the impression that you do have common sense, just like Trish K had, which is one of my subscribers who managed to raise a barn owl or even several barn owls just by self study. And I have the feeling that you are able to do that too. I could be wrong, of course, but it's just the feeling that I get. Oh, Tarlik SB Singh says, I have bought a falconer's perch. Luna takes flight and exercise in my house when I'm home. Do you leave Luki to fly around at night? I've wondered if Luna could be untethered at night. No, I do not leave Luki freely in the house at night. I think this would be a very bad idea. First of all, your owl might get in trouble if you let them fly freely in the house. It sounds silly, but this one time, the vacuumer, I was still living in my studio, and the vacuumer was standing in the living room, and Luki was flying freely. And the vacuumer had little, I don't know how to say this in English, it had little slots, and Luki's talon got caught in a slot by she wanted to sit on the vacuumer, which was very courageous of her because she normally fears the vacuumer, um, and her talon got caught, and I had to literally save her. If I wouldn't have been home, she would have hurt herself, and that might happen if you leave your owl freely around the house for too long alone. So I wouldn't do that. Also, I think your owl will become territorial if you leave it freely in the house at night. They will consider your home their territory, and they might even become so territorial that they will start attacking you or anyone who enters the room when they are flying freely around the house. So I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, guys, I promised you that I would tell you guys something I really wanted to say in this live stream, so I'm just quickly going to do that. If you guys ask any more questions, I will try to answer them later, but I don't have a lot of time anymore. I have to work out after this video, and then we have to get ready and leave to visit some family. So I will now quickly say what I want to say, and I've prepared a bit, so it might seem like I'm reading something, which is the case. In fact, I've prepared something, but I feel like it's my duty and it's my responsibility to tell you guys. If I'm not able to answer your questions in this live stream anymore, then feel free to join me in the next live stream, which will maybe be very late tonight when we come home from our family, or it might also be tomorrow. It depends. I can't promise you guys anything, but I will definitely try. So here goes. So I believe it's my duty and responsibility to make a video or live stream about this because I hear quite a lot of people say that they are going to get an owl soon. Now, I have nothing against people making their dreams come true. On the contrary, I think all dreams can come true, but I get the feeling that there are people who decide to get an owl even though they've only watched my videos, read a few books, and watched a documentary. Mhm. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible to raise an owlet safely and responsibly if you've only done self study, because we've got one subscriber here who was able to do that, and her name is Trish K. But she said she did a lot of research before she caught her owl, and by a lot, she means a lot. I'm really proud of Trish, and the thing which made her succeed was probably the following. When she thought she had learned enough, she had common sense and realized she probably didn't know enough and went to investigate if there could be more to raising an owl than what she had already learned. Now, I have to be honest, this is a gift. You have to be someone who's very smart and able to filter information. Not all information out there is correct. I've read falconry books and have seen owl documentaries that are full of crap. I've read a book in which they say owls have a crop. I'm sorry, but that's complete nonsense and everybody knows it. So you have to be able to be extremely critical and kind of have a sixth sense of the things that are going to be important when you're raising your first owl. Most things you have to know to keep your baby owl alive are not to be found in any falconry books, and even if you were able to read about them, they wouldn't be so easy to practice without having someone experienced next to you to correct you and guide you as you are doing the gestures. Let me give you just a few examples of things you need to know to be able to keep an owlet alive. For example, you need to know that owlets have bent feathers and that there are only a few ways to pick your owlet up in a way that won't make a bent feather break, because if one breaks, your baby owl will bleed to death. There isn't a special number of pieces of meat you should feed your owlet every day. There's a very important feeding technique, however, you need to know about and master, or else your owl might die of a ruptured stomach. Baby owls won't stop eating even when they're full, so they can literally eat themselves to death. You also need to know other very specific things, like, for example, that you should wait taking your owlet outside until it has all of its feathers, or it might get sick and die. One exception to this is if it's summer and it's really nice outside. You can take your owlet outside for just a few minutes. But if the weather isn't, if it's autumn or winter or anything, this is absolutely out of the question. Also, did you know that owls, especially owlets, will get very sick and most of the time die if they're exposed to drafts? I'm hoping I'm using the right word, but a draft is when you leave multiple doors or windows open and it's really windy. There are also other things you won't easily read about owl care, like, for example, you should never let your owl come in contact with hay, as it may contaminate your owl with a very dangerous bacteria called aspergillosis. If owls get this, they will be eaten from the inside out by the bacteria, and they often die because of this, because it's a horrible, horrible disease. If you don't raise owls properly, you will end up with a horrible owl that isn't very enjoyable. You will be sorry to have ever purchased an owl, and your dream will become a true nightmare. And I'm not talking about very complicated things, I'm talking about doing the basics with your young owlet in order to imprint it. And, for example, you need to touch its talons and its beak starting from a very young age every day so that your owl will be used to being touched everywhere. And you need to teach your owl um, to be gentle. So, yeah, I said what I wanted to say. I hope that these small examples will show people that reading books and watching my videos isn't enough. I'm always willing to coach people through the webcam, not in the live streams because I can't get too detailed in here because there are always many people asking questions. But I'm always willing to coach people for at least a few months to see if they are truly ready. Now that I have a webcam, I can start to coach people through the problems they might be experiencing with their outlet. If someone wants to know how to pick up his or her outlet, I can guide them through that using the webcam. Um, but by giving the examples that I have just given, I am hoping to um, prevent people from buying an owl and, you know, letting it die because they actually don't know enough. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have enough knowledge. I can't judge that. I don't know what you have read or seen, but it is my honest opinion that anyone who wants an owl should get a falconry education. It can be a very basic falconry education. You don't have to go all the way. You don't have to become the most professional falconer out there. But at least contact a falconer and study with the falconer for at least 3 to 4 months and make sure the falconer is willing to keep guiding you for free. I mean, they are going to ask you to pay an amount of money. It depends on, you know, they can ask whatever they want. Some falconers will be very willing and will give you a reasonable price. Um, but try to find a falconer who's going to say, you know what, this is a price for studying with me for 4 months, for example. But after that, you can ask me for advice and we can do troubleshooting, and it's included in the price. You won't have to pay anything extra, you know? Try to find such a falconer. Oh, Melita says her owl's name is Makira. That's cool. And she is managing to imprint and raise her owl properly. She is sleeping on her lap. She's learning to go on the glove. That is so good, Melita. And she lives in her room and she's letting Melita touch her. That's awesome. So I'm glad that I'm hearing about subscribers raising their owl in a responsible way. Feel free to send me videos of your owl and you raising her, Melita, through email. You can always send me videos or pictures to my email address. And if you want, I can share the images on my YouTube channel, if you want, of course. Melissa says, I appreciate the time you give us when you do your live streams. That is so kind, Melissa. I appreciate you guys asking questions and making it possible for me to do live streams. Tarlok says, you are really tight to warn people of their responsibilities. I think he meant right. Could also be tight, of course, if he means strict. But I think I should be strict. It's better to be a bit too strict than to not take it seriously. You guys, you see, the thing is, I don't want innocent owls to die because of me, you know? I know that my channel is probably also making people very warm to get an owl. If I would be a teenager and I would be watching this channel, I would also want to get an owl. And teenagers can be very impulsive. So I also think it's my responsibility to warn people. Oh, Melita says she has lots of cute and funny videos of her owl. Send them to me so I can take advantage of your footage and make videos about it. No, just kidding. Maybe you should do a YouTube channel as well. Oh, I will write my email address down, Melida. But if you send me emails, please mention in the email if I can use your footage or not, because I do not want to take advantage of your footage if you don't want me to incorporate them in my videos. Because as you might know, I do earn a bit of money with my videos. So if you don't agree with me using your footage to earn money, then you should definitely mention that in the email, and then I will not share them in my videos. Or I will share them in my videos and demonetize the video if you want that. Just be very clear in your emails so that I don't make a mistake or something like that. Oh, Tarlek says he did mean to say right. Good to know. Oh, you can always use whatever you want. Thank you, Melida. You are awesome. Okay, guys, I have to end this live stream because I need to work out for just a quick hour, and then we are going to leave to visit our family. So I will see you guys in the next live stream, and thank you for joining me. Oh, apparently I forgot to answer a question. Cameron the hacker, what did you ask? Oh, you asked how did you get Lucky? Hi Trish. Bye Trish. Apparently you were here, but I didn't see. How did I get Lucky? I got her at a breeder from the, well, it was a Belgian breeder, but it was at the border of Belgium and the Netherlands. That's how I got Lucky. I made a whole video about that, Cameron. It's called The Story of How I Got Lucky. I don't know if you are interested in the whole story, but you can always go find that video. But I got her at a breeder, a Belgian breeder. Okay, guys, I have to end this live stream now, but lots of kisses. And I will see you guys in the next live stream. Bye. Have a wonderful day as well, you guys. Bye, Jane. Wil jij Lucky terugzetten of niet? Dan drink ik snel deze koffie op.